you study music or were you playing instruments? What was that?
I didn't study music. I started a lot of different instruments when I was in high school. I did take vocal lessons in high school and after that as well. But I was one of those people that got really excited by lots of different instruments. So I started everything, but I also got bored very quickly. So I didn't keep it up to a point where I was good at any instrument. So I can play little bits of a few instruments, but yeah, I'm not great at any of them. But I didn't decide to study music after school. I think largely because I felt like coming from an Indian background that it was not really going to be accepted by my family. I don't know whether that was true or not, but I felt like I had to go down a more traditional or conventional path. So I ended up studying accounting. And I did that for a while. I got a corporate job, but all in the background, I was always making music. So I started writing songs from when I was about 12, and then I started working with other producers, and then I was gigging. So I'd do my corporate job and then go to gigs in the evening. And then eventually I had a band as well during that time. But then just my experiences weren't super positive with the people that I was working with at that time. And eventually, being a solo artist just happened organically as what I needed to do to keep making music. And yeah, and then eventually I got sick of my corporate job. And then I quit that and moved from Australia to UK to do something really drastic. And then in the UK, I just threw myself into everything. Like went to so many different networking events and different places where I would meet other people in the industry. And eventually through that, the idea for music production for women came about. And then yeah, quit all of my jobs and started building music production for women. That was about 4.5 years ago now. And yeah, and that's one thing led to another. And PW's become what I do full time, which has been a really lovely journey that I'm really grateful for. With its challenges, but also very fun.
We will get into MPW a little bit later. So when you were working towards that first release, obviously, yeah, you said your experiences weren't so positive. What was your experience? Are you happy to talk about that kind of thing?
Well, the first few releases I had, it was me as an artist working with other producers. And when I say it wasn't the best experiences, like there was lots of power games that are just so frustrating. Like people just saying, I have to do this or I can't do that because they've produced it for me and I'm not allowed to do this or that, or being hit on during a session. And like all of these kind of frustrating experiences that you're thinking, I just want to make music. Like, why is all of this annoying thing part of it and hindering from just creating and putting out music? So that was part of it. Also, just working with, I guess, bands can be unreliable anyway. But those releases, I kind of put one side, and then I feel like where my career really started was when I started releasing music that I made myself. And the first track that I released that I produced as well was really scary because I didn't rate myself as a producer at all. In fact, I felt like a huge imposter that people would listen to my track and then tell me that, who's the crazy person that's produced this song. But that's not the response I got. In fact, people that I really admired in the industry said, like, whoa, that's amazing. I can't believe that you just did that yourself and you've only started recently. And that was an amazing experience. And from that, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I had all the skills all along and I could have done it myself long ago. So then after that first release, I had a couple more singles and then two EPs that I put out that I've released myself, and then now doing this album.